Good afternoon and good evening for all the Toastmasters who are joining us today for this amazing session on club mentoring, club sponsoring. Before I go ahead with the session, let me open the Toastmasters session officially by stating the 3 ground rules that are followed in any Toastmaster meeting. The first rule being, please refrain from talking topics on sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. Second being, please keep your devices on mute until and unless you have been asked to speak. Third being, please switch off your videos in case you are leaving the meeting room and going out so as not to distract the speaker in the meeting. With this, we come to knowing all about Toastmasters. As every district in Toastmaster has a mission, so does our newly formed district 126 has it. The mission for district is that we build new clubs and support all the clubs in achieving excellence. In line with the mission that we have, this particular training is all about how to mentor, sponsor, or be coaches of the clubs, because these are the people who let the clubs reach the new heights and also form new clubs. Why this particular thing is so important? Because Toastmaster always provides members and clubs with leadership roles and opportunities to grow every single day. But it is not done alone. There are mentors and club coaches who handheld clubs to reach the new heights and achieve and be better every single day. All these 3 roles of club sponsor, club mentor, and club coaches are extremely important roles, because when a new club is to be chartered, or when a new club is chartered, these are the people who will be helping the members of the club or the new people to be part of this amazing community of Toastmasters by letting them know the processes of how they can do the things better and how they can keep growing in their journey. Today, we have somebody really special who will be helping us know of how to be a better mentor, coach, or sponsor for a club. If any one of you have any queries, he will also be having a quick Q&A round towards the end of his segment. The timing for this segment for Toastmaster DTM sign-out would be 45 minutes. And after that, there will be a 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A round. I would request each one of you to please drop in your questions if you have any towards me, the host of this particular meeting today. Now, who am I talking to you for last 5 minutes? I am Toastmaster Pragya, who is the Assistant District Training Manager who's recently become a part of this amazing leadership team of District 126. And as you see, I have already grown up and got the opportunities to grow for my own self. And so will all of you. Let me now introduce the speaker, the person who will be letting us know all the aspects of how we can grow much better. DTM Sainath Gupta. He is an IT business analyst by profession and a Toastmaster by passion. Has been a part of Toastmasters for almost 6 years now. He has been part of club executive committees for more than 7 times now. He has served in multiple leadership roles and did various trainings in Toastmasters. He was a complete stranger when he joined Toastmasters, but today he has joined a family. He's found a family away from his family is what he feels. He loves to listen to people and he loves to write stories. That's all about DTM Sainath. But I must say, we all know so many things about why mentoring is important, why coaching and sponsoring is important. But how about listening it directly from the horse's mouth? Who better person can be DTM Sainath? Before I hand over the stage to DTM Sainath, there are also people in the meeting who have taken various leadership roles in Toastmasters and have moved forward in their journey. I would like to name and welcome a few of the dignitaries who form a part of our meeting today. We have our district Program Quality Director, Toastmasters Sandeep. We also have our District Club Growth Director, DTM Vikram in the meeting. I also see Area Director F3, Toastmaster Lakshmi in the meeting. I am sorry if I missed the order because I am speaking in the order I see on my screen. I also have Area Director Toastmaster Shobit, who was also our past district winner. He speaks really well. I also have Toastmaster AD Sabiha Syed, Area E2, joining us today. Okay, the list goes really long and it keeps moving. I have Area Director Neha Verma joining us, who's the Area Director for Area G1. Have I missed anyone?
Yes, Tuition Director Vamsi.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to search on. The list is going bigger and bigger with people joining us. We also have our Division Director, Toastmaster Vamshi for Division D? E.
Division E.
Yes. So with this, if I have missed any of the dignitaries, I give a heartily welcome to all the dignitaries and to all the dignitaries who will be joining us soon. I'm sure the list is going to get bigger. I will now hand over the stage to our educator for the today, DTM Sainath. Welcome.
Oi, Sainath.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pragnya, for that lovely introduction. Hope I am clearly audible and visible. If not, please interrupt me. Excellent. Hope you're all doing good, safe, and sound. Today is a lovely Sunday. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Excellent. And all those people who are staying in Hyderabad, happy Bonal. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank District 126 leadership, especially because this is one session that I've been anticipating since long as a member, when I was a member, right? Even now I am a member, but today I'm joining as a trainer because this particular session is very important. It is a mandatory session. And I have to thank the district leadership for bringing this session up so that this will help a lot of clubs going forward, which you will understand by the end of this session. Well, so when we say that club mentor or club sponsor, I say that these people are like parents to the clubs, right? Aren't they? So before we discuss about these two roles, so we have 28 people audience in the meeting. So other than your club activities, being a member or serving your club as an executive committee member, if at all you want to take up this club sponsor or club mentor role, why do you want to take it? Anyone who is not a district leader can answer this question. Anybody? Yes, Supriya, go ahead. So I can see Supriya and Ajay unmuting themselves. Yeah, please, if you have any answer, yeah, please share.
To help other clubs as well. When club coach and club mentor are different, but to help other clubs.
To help other clubs grow. So why do you want to help other clubs? Why do you want them to grow?
Because the set of challenges is altogether different when compared to our own club.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, Ajay. Any other answers? Any other answers?
That is also our mission.
Excellent. Okay. So that is a district mission. Yeah, to form new clubs and also help existing clubs in achieving excellence. Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, so if you ask me, what is in it for me is the question. Anyways, we will form new clubs. We will help the existing clubs in achieving excellence because let's say, for example, you take the example of your club. If someone in the past did not charter your club, imagine that you are not a Toastmaster today, right? So it is all about spreading the movement of Toastmasters on one side of the coin. On the other side of the coin, if you see what is in it for me, right? So as I already told you, club sponsor is like a mother for a club who makes sure that the club takes its birth. And club mentor is like a father who makes sure that the club or the child grows healthy and happily, right? So these two people are like the parents for the clubs. And do we really need a sponsor? Yes, because these are the people, sponsors are the people who start a club. Do we really need mentors? Yes, because once we charter a club, we don't know how to go ahead. There are so many procedures, so many protocols, so many processes that we have to follow in order to sustain as a club, in order to stay intact and grow together. And for that, there are a set of processes, procedures prescribed by Toastmasters International that we have to follow so that we sustain and become a very healthy club, so that we can give better member experience. So everything boils down to only one thing, that is better member experience. Even as a EC member, even as a district leader, even if you are a Toastmasters International president, club sponsor, you take any role, everything boils down to only one thing, that is member experience. So through these particular roles, right, club mentor and club sponsor, what we have to do is bring that member experience into picture. How to go ahead? So I have a presentation to share. First, we will start with this club sponsor thing, and then we'll go ahead with the club mentoring thing. In the first half, we'll go ahead with this club sponsor, and then we'll move to the club mentor. So hope you can see my screen, right? Yes. So there are three things that you can do. Enhance your leadership skills. Yes, of course, because when you start sponsoring a club, you start talking to a lot of members. If you are going to start a community club, you'll be talking to a lot of people walking from different walks of life, coming from different walks of life, right? And develop project management abilities, because I believe that chartering a club is like a major project that we do in our colleges, right? So if you do a major project in your MBA college, that is equal to sponsoring a club. That means we are doing a mini MBA through this particular sponsorship role. And next, expand your marketing expertise. This is very important, because as a Toastmaster, when we join Toastmasters, there are three skills that we generally expect: communication skills, leadership skills, and public speaking skills. And through this marketing skill is one byproduct that we generally expect. In marketing, what we generally do, we talk to people, we sell an idea, and we make sure that they buy the product or they own a service, right? And through this particular sponsorship role, what we do is we pitch in the idea of Toastmasters, help members or the guests understand what is the importance of Toastmasters and what is the transformation that Toastmasters can bring in their lives, and basically form a club. So in this way, you can expand your marketing expertise as well. And in this particular session, this is the agenda. What are the duties of a sponsor, and how to establish a corporate club, community club, and also we have something called as college club that we generally do in divisions E, F, G, and H. So we will discuss that also explicitly, and how to feed their enthusiasm, and how to complete the charter, the process, and everything. So sponsor duties, first thing is to organize the new club. What is the meaning of organization? It is nothing but bringing 20 like-minded people together to form a club. So the first eligibility to start a new club is having 20 members. So organizing a new club is one of the primary duties of a sponsor. So sponsor can be anybody. That person can be a Toastmaster or can be a non-Toastmaster as well. And once that person starts the club, he will join the club as a member, right? So you need not to be a Toastmaster to sponsor a club, right? And how to sponsor a club? There are multiple ways, and two easiest ways I would say is, one way is by reaching out to your Toastmaster whom you already know, so that that person can help you. That person will make sure that you'll be reaching out to the district leadership, so that they'll explain you the processes and procedures. It'll be very easy. And second way is to directly reach out to Toastmasters International through the website. So there is an option that you can directly reach out to Toastmasters International website, and you can post your query there for starting a new club, and they'll reach out to you through a mail, right? So these are the two popular ways of chartering a club. One, by reaching out to a Toastmaster that you know. Two, by reaching out to Toastmasters International through their portal. And third way is that we generally do is we plan demonstrations and so many meetings in different organizations and different communities where Toastmasters International reaches out to the people. It is the other way around. They reach out to the people to form a club. Whenever we feel that there is a need or there is a space for starting a club in that particular community or an organization or a college or an educational institution for that matter, right? So these are the three popular ways of starting a club. Set up regular club meetings, because before we charter the club, we have to make sure that those people, those like-minded people who are interested to join Toastmasters, they should understand what is this particular platform and what are the benefits that they can reap out of this particular platform, whether this particular platform will really help them to achieve their goals or reach their aspirations or not. That is very important, because if your why is not clear, you cannot sustain that member for so long. They'll just join, stay there for 1 to 2 months, and they leave, right? And there are so many situations in the past where so many clubs, they did not function properly after chartering the club, because some of the members, they did not have a clear why. They should have a strong purpose of starting a club. So as a sponsor, it is your primary responsibility to find out whether these like-minded people have a strong why or a strong purpose in joining Toastmasters or not. That is very important, because if you have a strong why, the how part will be easy, right? We can take any amount of pain or any amount of learnings. If our why is strong, how will be easy. Next, complete the paperwork and plan the charter presentation. This is a technical aspect where you have to fill some forms. 6 forms or 7 forms are there, basically, in order to give the information to Toastmasters International to officially start a club. These are the 3 important duties. First, organize the new club. That means bringing 20 like-minded people together and start a club. Second, set up regular club meetings, finding their why and making sure that they align to the process of Toastmasters International, and they get the taste of how meetings work in Toastmasters International, right? So we have regular meetings that we generally do. Make sure that we do at least 3 or 4 pre-chartered meetings before starting the club, right? Because there are so many roles. If you see from a guest perspective, if imagine you joined your first Toastmaster session, and there are so many role players who go onto the stage, they speak something and they come back, and there are 11 to 12 roles. If the meeting is a bigger meeting, and if your club is a community club, there are 11 to 13 roles, right? And you'll be fed with a lot of information, right? They don't understand what is the table topics master, what is sergeant at arms, who is this presiding officer. They may not understand. So in order for the guest to understand what are these roles and why these roles are there, why these kind of sections are there in a Toastmasters meeting, they should understand it thoroughly. In order for them to understand, please do at least 3 or 4 pre-chartered meetings. If possible, do more and more, and ask those guests to attend nearby clubs. That can be corporate clubs or community clubs or college clubs or special initiative clubs. Anything, ask them to join their club meetings and understand, so that they'll get a better picture or the bigger picture of what Toastmasters International is all about, right? And completing the paperwork, it is a technical aspect which we will be seeing. Any questions until now? Okay, I think no, I'll take that silence as a consent that we don't have any questions so far. Next, what are the different types of clubs? So we all know that corporate club, this is confined to a particular organization. Say, for example, TCS, Infosys, Accenture, or any corporate which will restrict the club to their members only, to their associates only. It is called as a corporate club, and it will be governed by corporate, that particular company or organization. Next one, community, where the members come from different walks of life. They can be housewives, they can be students, they can be entrepreneurs, they can be business people, they can be freelancers, anybody. They can be working professionals as well. Anybody working from multiple walks of life can come together and form a club, and that is called as a community club. And there is no restriction other than the age limit. So we have all the members should be 18 plus. That is the only restriction. Next, advanced clubs. So we will discuss about these advanced clubs later. But instead of that, we have something called as college clubs. In our divisions E, F, G, H, and N, where that particular club is restricted to a particular educational institution. For example, I'll take 𝗀𝘂𝗃𝗃, Hyderabad Institute of Technology and Management, or BVRIT, or 𝗀𝘂𝗃, or KITE. So those clubs are restricted to their colleges only, where the college management will take care of that particular club, right? And specialty clubs, basically, we have special initiative clubs. For example, 𝗰𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗶𝗃 Toastmasters Club. So it is a club where, so they do their meetings in Telugu language, right? So a regional language club. There are so many different kinds of special initiative clubs as well. So for, chartering a special initiative club is almost same as a community club. There are no restrictions as in, and chartering a corporate club and college club is different. And establish a corporate club. How to establish a corporate club and what are the things that you will get once you start the chartering process. But before that, so there are few steps that we generally do before starting a club in corporate, right? You take an organization, for example, I'll take Infosys. I've been working with Infosys. So what happens is that if at all anybody from Infosys wants to charter a club in their organization, or Toastmasters International or the district leadership reaches out to that particular corporate for starting a club, what happens is that first step that happens is the orientation, where the district leadership or the club growth team will explain the concept of Toastmasters. They pitch in the idea of Toastmasters to the corporate leadership, right? It is like a formal meet, or it's kind of a brainstorming session where we pitch in the idea. If they have any questions, they will ask questions, and we'll discuss the finances as well. And once they are okay with the idea, we'll go ahead with doing a demonstration meeting. So this demonstration meeting is like a prototype of our regular meetings, where we'll have one speaker, one general evaluator, one table topics master, one evaluator, and a counter, one master grammarian. So it is like a miniature meeting, a model meeting that we generally do. And once we do the demonstration meeting, they will understand how meetings happen in Toastmasters, right? Regular meetings happen in Toastmasters. Once that is done, if they are good with the idea of Toastmasters, if they want to go ahead, then we'll start the pre-chartered meetings. So the moment we start pre-chartered meetings, that is the moment that we have to understand that that particular corporate is ready to start a club, right? So what happens in marketing? We generally pitch in the idea, and we give a demonstration. If it is a service, we give a demonstration, and if they like that idea, we'll go ahead. If not, it's okay, right? We'll go to someone else. In the same way, when we go to corporate, we give the orientation where we discuss pitching the idea. Next, we demonstrate how meetings happen, and next, if they are good to start a club, we'll go ahead and do the pre-chartered meeting. Pre-chartered meetings are like the actual meetings that we generally do, and they'll have a meeting number. We call them as pre-chartered meetings because the particular club is not an official club yet, right? And during this particular transition from a proposed club to a official club, what you have to do is, there are a set of forms that you have to fill. If you are a sponsor of the club, you have to make sure that you are in touch with the club growth team, and they will give you the forms. You make sure that all the information is right, and make sure that all the finances are collected, and you should be ready with all the forms to start a club. And once we get a go ahead from the district leadership and also from the organization, then we'll go ahead and reach out to Toastmasters International for starting the club. So the new club information kit. So if at all you need some resources to go through and study or read, so these are the resources. How to build a Toastmasters club. This is a manual that we have specifically for a club sponsor. You can go through that. So whatever the information that we are discussing right now, it will be there. Next, there are some forms, the official forms that we have to send to Toastmasters International to charter a club. Next, promotional brochures, right? So we have some promotional brochures, which are like the information kits or pamphlets that we generally see. And you can give them to the guests and also to this corporate leadership team, so that they'll have some kind of a brochures or some kind of a material for them to go through, and they can also share with their associates. So these are the three things that you have in paper. right? Whenever we charter a corporate club, you can share these three things with them, the corporate. Next, in order to start the process, we need a team, right? Because chartering a club is a team effort, is a teamwork. In order to start or charter a club, we need 2 sponsors who are willing to help the club, 2 mentors who are going to help the club after chartering process for the next 6 months, the district director, the most important person who is responsible for chartering the club, the club director who assists the district director in chartering the club, and other Toastmasters and district leadership who is going to help in their club meetings by taking the roles initially. But initially, when we start the club meetings, when we take, when we do the demo meetings, all the roles will be taken by the Toastmasters only. And once the pre-chartered meeting starts, you have to start cascading the roles to that corporate club members, right? So first start with the initial roles like low stage time roles like Sergeant Arms, Timer, Accounter, Master Grammarian. These roles, you start cascading those roles to the corporate club. Guests are proposed to be Toastmasters, and you start mentoring them and give them all the checklists that they want. Once that is done, in this next pre-chartered meeting, along with these roles, you start asking them to start their speaking journey by giving their icebreakers, and then ask them to take evaluation role going for table topics. In this way, by the time you start the club officially, the club should be self-sufficient. That means all the roles should be taken by those club members only. You should be there just helping them. If needed, you can take the role of a general evaluator, but most of the times you should understand that all the roles should be done by the club only. That means the club is ready to start functioning, right? That is the moment you understand that the club is ready to start functioning and the members are willing to contribute towards the cause, right? So that is very important. Next, so what are the minimum eligibility criteria in order to start a corporate club? Identify a target, that is company. So size matters, but because if you have 100 members in your organization, you cannot start a Toastmasters club, right? Practically not possible, because 100 members in corporate, employees, they come and they leave the organization, they go to another organization. In this way, there is a lot of changes that happen, and the size should be big enough. You should have a minimum of 500. If you ask me, some people say it is 200, but I say minimum 500 should be there in order to start a club. Location, so it should be accessible by district leadership. It should be accessible. Anyways, in EFGHN, we are all spread everywhere. There is no issue with the location. And revenue, very important, right? Initially, whenever you charter a corporate club, make sure that this is something that we generally do. We take things for granted. Very important. Coming to the revenue, make sure that you take the word from the corporate club that they are going to sponsor the club going forward, right? So most of the times, the corporate itself, they financially sponsor the club, right? But if they are not able to sponsor, make sure that the members are committed to renew every time. So you take a oral commitment. Anyways, we will not take a written commitment. You take a oral commitment from the members in order to sustain, right? Very important. You take the commitment, because once you start the club, after 6 months or 1 year, if the club is inactive, there is no point of keeping this much of effort, right? There is a team that is working on that particular task. Very important. Next, key contacts and decision makers. You have to make sure that the communication should be very clear. So since you have a team, that means whenever you say a team, there is a conflict. But in the initial stages itself, make sure that you streamline the process of communication. You have a communication plan in place. Who are going to talk to the corporate leadership team? So you have a point of contact. That person will take care of everything. Who is going to fill the forms and take the information? That person. Who is going to do decision making from corporate? One person. From Toastmasters, one person, right? Very important. Next, coming to the company, try to understand what are their strategies, what are their key initiatives, because in some of the companies, they have so many initiatives and they want to start one more initiative. So they'll just search somewhere, they'll get the idea of Toastmasters, they'll just start the club just for the sake of starting one more initiative. It should not happen like that, right? Toastmasters is a serious activity where we are, most of the members should be committed enough so that the club will sustain. Next, priorities. Try to understand the priorities of organization. Very important, right? If at all they are not prioritizing Toastmasters over other initiatives, please make sure that you discuss and make sure that it should be the priority in terms of initiatives. Of course, they'll have their own corporate initiatives. Yes, along with them, in tandem, they have to take Toastmasters as one of the priorities. Focus and mission, and the club mentors and sponsors should make sure that all the members are focused enough and they should be in a mission to continue the club growth. Next, recent news articles. So this is some vague information that we generally get. But once we start the club, these are the things. It always depends upon how we take the club forward. If we make sure that these members are getting benefited out of this particular program, anyways, the corporate will always support the club. Any questions until now? Okay. So this is something that we have already discussed about the orientation session. Next, discuss the finances. In the orientation itself, we will discuss the financials and how much they are going to pay, everything, right? And coming to the finances, please be sure you get the information from your club growth director. You do not directly give the word commitment to the clubs, because there are so many extra charges in terms of wire transfer charges. There are some charges that are being levied on the clubs whenever you pay. So if you are sponsoring club for the first time, make sure that you are in touch with your club growth director and understand the finances. Very important. Money matters. Very important, because money can make a relationship and break a relationship. Very important. Determine what portion of the club cost the company will pay. And yes, money matters. So designate a club officer to hold the payments. So we'll have a point of contact from the corporate club, right? And that person will hold the payments. If at all that person is collecting the payments, that person is the responsible one. Hold the payments until they are sent to Toastmasters International. Deposit the payment into another club's account. There are two ways of maintaining money, right? Because we need to get 20 members, right? So in order to make sure that we secure that amount in this particular transition time, one person from that particular corporate can maintain the club, or there is another way of doing it. You can reach out to another club and they'll have a club account, right? So you can maintain money from in their account also. But what I generally suggest is to maintain account in that particular point of contacts account only. That's it. And make sure that that person keep track of all the transactions. Very important. Along with the screenshots. Demo meetings we already discussed. Demonstration we already discussed. Before the demonstration, during the demonstration. So that is a corporate club. Any questions related to the corporate club? So we are just discussing about the sponsor. Next, we'll come to the community club. Two sponsors, two mentors, the same team. The same team will work on the community club. But what is the difference between corporate and a community? Corporate is confined to a particular organization, whereas community, the members come from different walks of life, and the charges, the fees that we generally take from these community club members differs. They are somewhat higher when it comes to payments, because they need a venue. They need a private venue in order to come do their meetings. Next, they need to give the refreshments in their breakout times. So for that, the community clubs, they charge some more money from the members. So make sure that they also charge this amount whenever they take the money from the members. Next, after demonstration, so this is self-explanatory. So we have already discussed this. Feed their enthusiasm. So make sure that announce the next meeting. So whenever you start the chartering process, make sure that you announce the next meeting. Keep them posted about the schedules. Very important. About the timelines. Select temporary officers, right? So try to find few people who are enthusiastic and who are active, so that you can bring them into club executive committee, right? And before starting the club itself officially, you do a session on club officers, the executive committee, the roles and responsibilities of the executive committee members, so that based on their aspirations, they'll be taking their roles. And following up with the reminder notices, collect dues, we have already discussed, play the chartering fee, and conclude with recognition. Next, So completing the chartering process, there are 7 forms that we have to send to Toastmasters International, and this particular website or link will give you all those resources which are needed. This is also we have discussed. So these are the list of things that we generally do while we sponsor a club. So what happens when we sponsor a club is that first thing, you'll reach out to a lot of people. So you'll have a network growing around you, right? Second thing, you'll understand the process and procedures of Toastmasters International, and you will work with a team. That means you'll improve your leadership activities or leadership skills. Third thing, communication skills, because you'll be communicating with different types of stakeholders, right? You'll be communicating with district leadership. You'll be communicating with that, community members or the corporate leadership, and you'll be communicating regularly with your supporting team, the club growth team who will be helping you, right? So in this process, you'll be learning or you'll be improving a lot of your communication skills. I mentored 3 clubs until now, and I sponsored 2 clubs, and there are so many learnings that I got through this particular duration. That is very, very exciting and very energetic process, right? And it gives us a lot of happiness whenever a new club starts functioning, because it started as a club from your own effort, and all the members are enthusiastic, and a set of people are learning new things and they are growing in their life, and it gives a lot of satisfaction, which money, even lakhs and lakhs of money won't give, right? So that is with respect to the club sponsors. Do we have any questions with respect to the club sponsor? Okay, so once the club sponsor duration is done, that means once the club starts chartering, it is very important for that member to get the sponsor credit. So the EC members, one of the EC members, ideally the president or the vice president education, should write to Toastmasters International, new clubs at the toastmastersinternational.org, @gmail.com, and make sure that these people, sponsors, get their due credit. Very important, right? What happens is, most of the times sponsors, they keep in a lot of effort, and once the club charters, they'll go to another assignment. Ideally, they'll go to another assignments, and they get carried away by so many things, and it is the responsibility of that particular club. Make sure that these sponsors get due credit. Very important, because they have kept in a lot of effort, and you have to recognize them, and it helps them to get their distinguished Toastmaster credit as well. Yes, any questions until now? If not, we'll go to the very interesting thing, something which I love doing, club mentoring. Okay, no questions until now. We'll go ahead with this club mentoring thing. Again, official duties. What are the duties that we have to do as a club mentor? And how to do quality club meetings. What is the meaning of this quality? We'll discuss next. Build and maintain membership. How to sustain or retain members. Next, recognition. How to recognize or appreciate the members. And about the education program, very important, about the Distinguished Club Program, DCP. Next, what is a mentor? So, you keep this meaning aside. And what is mentor according to you? Who is a club mentor? Anybody would like to answer that question? Who is a club mentor? Or anybody can tell who is a mentor?
Can I sign up?
Yes.
The name itself says mentor. So club mentors, the mentor for a club. And we can derive some very basic meaning here. The one who mentors a club, in simple terms.
That is fine, but okay. Yes.
Mentor is someone who gives direction in achieving the goals and put everyone on the right track. So club sponsors, by the name goes as someone who help club achieve give the vision and help in achieving the vision, not giving the vision, but help in achieving the vision.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Neha. Yes. Club mentor is like a compass who will show the direction and make sure that the club moves in a proper direction and it achieves or it makes sure that all the members reach their aspirations or goals. Okay, so this is the definition that is given by Toastmasters International. Anyhow, benefits of mentors: you share your expertise. In order to be a mentor for a club, you need to be a Toastmaster, an official Toastmaster, active Toastmaster, and then you should be an experienced member, because in order to handle a club, it is not that easy, right? You should have a lot of expertise. You should have understanding of the roles and responsibilities of the executive committee, how the regular meetings works, what are the different roles that we have. You should be able to mentor the role players, and you should be able to help them understand the procedures and processes of Toastmasters International. And you have to translate the values of Toastmasters International, the processes, everything into that club. Make sure that this club gets into that groove of Toastmasters and give that member experience, that thing which we were discussing, that member experience, the essence of everything that we do in Toastmasters, member experience to each and every member. Next, prove yourself as a valuable leader. How do you do that? If you are able to influence people or a set of people or a group through your actions, you are a leader, right? And through this particular mentoring role, there will be a lot of times where you will be showcasing your leadership skills. Next, invest in the future of Toastmasters. Toastmasters helped you to grow, right? Have that gratitude and invest in the future of Toastmasters. Take this particular platform to places and make sure that your friends, relatives, and people who are in need of this platform get benefited out of this particular program. I myself searched for a platform like this for almost 2 to 3 years, and finally one of my friends suggested Toastmasters, right? And after joining Toastmasters, after seeing a lot of college students participating in their club meetings, college club meetings, I felt really bad, because the thought that why did not I start my Toastmasters journey while I was in my college, right? I should have been a better speaker. I should have been a better communicator. I should have grown a lot better in my corporate or in my life, basically, right? So try to invest in the future of Toastmasters, because you don't know whom you are going to help, and that will give you a lot of good karma. Next, obtain fresh perspectives. So whenever you talk to people, right, you'll get a lot of fresh perspectives. I myself mentored a lot of people, mentored so many clubs, and got so many perspectives, so many thought processes. I developed a lot of thought processes which will really help us in understanding people's from different walks of life. Like, build teamwork skills, self-explanatory, because you'll be working with a team, already discussed. Apply leadership skills in new situations, right? And this is a life skill. So whatever we do in Toastmasters, we have to implement those learnings in our personal and professional lives, right? And this mentoring activity also will enable us to implement those leadership skills, those conflict management skills, right? Or decision making skills in our real lives also, because in Toastmasters, everything has a process. Everything has a process. You take anything, it has a process. Even for mentoring also, it has a process. Since we have a process, we can apply the same process in our real life also. Right? Next, earn credit towards the distinguished Toastmasters, right? So you can go to our website and understand what is distinguished Toastmasters. We are not discussing it now. Next. So for those people who don't know, it is the highest educational qualification that Toastmasters International gives to a member, right? Distinguished Toastmaster credit. And in order to become a DTM, you should have mentored a club. That is one of the criteria. Next, appointing mentors. Who appoints the mentor? Anybody who can volunteer. Who appoints the mentor of a club? Any volunteer?
CGD.
Okay. Any other answers?
A member, it is the VP education of the club.
Mentor, not the mentor for a member, but for a club.
CGD office.
Okay. It is actually the district director, and CGD will help or assist the district director in doing that. Next, once the mentoring process starts for the club, So this particular email is something that you'll be reaching out multiple times. New clubs at toastmasters.org are lot of information. People who played this role of mentor are already smiling. You know the reason why. Next, application to organize, right? And yes, we have multiple applications and forms which we will organize. The team approach. So how to approach? So if you are a mentor for a club, if you are being appointed as a mentor for a club, you should the first person that you have to reach out to your sponsor and understand what is the status quo of that particular club. Understand the background. How did that particular lead evolve into a prospective club? So what is the background? And understand about the members and their background, so that it will be easy for you to give solutions to their future problems or whenever they come to you for information. Next, follows leads, generate interest and enthusiasm. Next, recruits members, submits all appropriate paperwork, right? So you have to keep on sustaining the club, add more and more members, and make sure that the club starts functioning. And this is the success mantra that most of the mentors, they might have not done in their past, or there is not a process. But if you are from the legacy education program, you are familiar with this, right? If you are from Pathways, this is not there in Pathways. But if you are from legacy program, there is a manual called as Successful Club Series. This is a series of sessions that we do in all the clubs. You see the list of sessions that we can do: moments of truth, finding new members for your club, evaluate to motivate, closing the sale, creating the best club climate, meeting roles and responsibilities, mentoring a member, keeping the commitment, keeping the members motivated, going beyond our club, how to be a distinguished club, the Toastmasters education program. That is basically the Pathways, right? So if you see, all these sessions are really important. I use the word necessary for the club to become a healthy club. Don't you think so? Right? So once you take charge as a mentor for a club, understand what are the sessions that we have to do in our club. You prioritize what are the sessions. So for every 45 days, after every 3 meetings, you do one education session from these 11 sessions. Very important, because you have to give knowledge to the members. And even after completion of your club mentorship, the club should be self-sustainable. They should have their own idea of running a club. Very important. In order to do that, these are very important. So you should do them in timely manner. Let's say, for example, the term has just started, right? And in the next 1 month or 2 months, your district leadership team will reach out to you for MOT, moments of truth. So you start doing MOTs first. And if you have more members in your club, more new members in your club, start doing this particular session called as the Toastmasters education program. So they'll understand the insights of Pathways and everything, so that they can plan their educational goal in a better way. Next, if you have experienced people in your club and they want to aspire more in Toastmasters leadership, do this session called as Going Beyond Our Club. Toastmasters is an ocean of opportunities. There are so many leadership opportunities that we have within the club and beyond the club also. Make sure that you do an education session about the opportunities or leadership opportunities that we have in Toastmasters through this particular session called as Going Beyond Our Club. And if you have, if the club is very new and it has just started, you can do some meetings, like some education sessions like meeting roles and responsibilities. Very important. Evaluate to motivate. How to evaluate and how to motivate members through your evaluations. Those evaluations can be evaluations of the speeches or evaluation for the meeting, or how to give a very constructive feedback. And if your club is struggling with the lack of members, then you can do finding new members for your club and closing the sale. So basically, this is like Jinda Talisman for all your problems. So we have a set of manuals given by Toastmasters International, and each and every manual is very much detailed. I have gone through each and every manual, very much detailed. It is available. You just go to Google, search for successful club series Toastmasters. The first link itself will give you all the manuals. You download it, zip file, open it, and you can go through all these manuals. And they have given beautiful presentations, beautiful demonstrations on how to do these sessions. If it is not possible for you to explicitly do a session for all these series, try to take 15 to 20 minutes in your regular club meetings and try to make the members understand about these aspects. But by the end of your mentorship, you should do at least 6 sessions. You should keep a goal for yourself. You should at least do 6 sessions out of these 11 sessions by the time you complete your mentorship. Very important, right? So in this way, you will make the club as a self-sustainable club. Next, answering questions. So we have some set of questions, and I want people to contribute with their answers. Please, you can unmute and you can start answering these questions. Can an evaluator require a member to repeat a project if the member didn't meet all the project objectives? Any answers?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So can an evaluator require a member to repeat? Okay. It is actually optional. So as an evaluator, you can suggest the member, but you cannot insist the member. Rather, you can suggest the member to repeat a project in their club or in other club also. So it is not a mandate. Right? If a speaker wants more time for a speech than given, can they revise the time with the Vice President Education's approval?
Yes, for certain
Yes.
levels and project, yes.
Okay. Given a situation where you have a club meeting now and you have only one speaker and the same speaker came to you with this situation, what will you do?
So what I believe that should be informed in well advance, so that
Yes.
VP Education have a plan for backup. And on that note, as a VP Education, you should have some backup for upcoming meeting, so that you
Yes.
can feel somebody is prepared. But ensure that there should be a timeline if someone is not able to give speech.
Yes. So as a mentor, it is our responsibility to make sure that all the club members understand the importance of timelines, right? And ready with a backup mechanism for every meeting, right? We should have a backup speaker, if not possible, at least with all those members. If it is a personal emergency, no one can help. If it is this particular case where the member came in the last moment and told that, I'm not able to give a speech now, I'm not prepared. So it is the mistake of the process that we are following in our club, right? Because by the time he or she chose that particular slot for giving a speech, that person should be mentally ready to start giving a speech. And we as a club mentor should inform all the members about the importance of timelines, keeping the commitments. So again, going back, there is one session called as keeping the commitment. So where the trainer talks about the importance of commitments, right? And develop a process for handling these kind of scenarios. Next, can the Vice President Education refuse to approve a member's level or path completion if they believe the members could have performed better? Yes or no?
No.
I think no.
Exactly. No, because success or performing better is subjective. You may be a better speaker than me, right? And the Vice President Education of your club may be a better speaker. It is all about a journey of transformation. Toastmasters is all about a journey of transformation, right? So you can be a better speaker tomorrow. So if you have done mistakes today, absolutely fine. It's okay. You can go ahead and file your project if your evaluator is okay, right? It is all about, implementing that particular feedback that we have got. So excellence is subjective. The core value of Toastmasters, the 4th core value, excellence, is always subjective, right? You may be a world champion of public speaking, and if you expect everybody to become a speaker of that sort, it's difficult. Yes, Rajiv, I think you have a question.
Yeah, just one question on that. As the
Yes.
VP membership is not allowed to refuse to approve his label, whatever the label. Now, if somebody gives the speech and then he is not eligible for the as per time limit and disqualify, in that case also it is need to approve, or he or she need to give speech again.
Okay, so not approving the speech because the speaker went overhead with the time limit, it's not the right way. But it is up to the evaluator to approve the speech or not, whether that particular speaker has met the speech objectives or not, right? So that is the scenario. That should be the scenario. If Vice President Education is adamant to approve the project, even though if you are satisfied with your effort as a speaker, you can reach out to your president, maybe, and discuss this thing with your president and make sure that your issue is sorted out.
Okay, thank you.
So if a member's speech went over time, so the same question, can the members still be included when the club votes for best speaker of the meeting?
No.
No.
No, yeah. So the first eligibility to participate or to be eligible for awards is to be eligible on time, because everything in Toastmasters is time boxed. Prepared speech is time boxed. You take a contest, it is time boxed. We take a table topics, evaluation, everything is time boxed. And we start the meetings on time, we end the meetings on time, ideally. So very important. So maintaining that discipline is very important. Next, can guests to the club participate in voting for the best table topic speaker of the meeting?
Yes.
Yes, they can also participate. Next, yeah. So there are so many other resources other than this particular training, or your leadership mentor. So distinguished club program progress. So you have something called as dashboard.toastmasters.org, dashboard.toastmasters.org, where you can go through the progress of your club in terms of DCP. And DCP is a distinguished club program for those people who doesn't know. So as a club, you know how it is functioning, you know the status quo of your club, but how does Toastmasters International know? It is through DCP, right? So it is a scale of 1 to 10, where 6 points will be given to education, 2 points for membership, 2 points for training, and 1 point for administration. Sorry, 1 point for training and 2 points for administration. In this way, so this particular DCP will be calculated, and by the end of the term, so your club will be awarded with the DCP. So we have distinguished status. What are the different status that we have? President distinguished, select distinguished. So if you get 5 points, you are a distinguished club. If you get 7 points, you are a select distinguished club. If you get 9 points, you are a president distinguished club. And by the end of the term, in order to be eligible for this DCP program, you should have a minimum of 20 members or plus 5 members from your previous base count. Let's say, for example, you have 12 members in your last term. In order to be eligible for this DCP program, you should have 17 members. Right? Next, administrative tasks. So there are so many club bylaws, club constitution given by Toastmasters International, and current and back issues of the leader letter. So there is a lot of leadership letters that you will get through mails from Toastmasters International. Next, official duties. Ensure the club is strong and fully functional. That means basically self-sustainable. Confirm officers understand their duties and have the tools they need to perform them. So make sure that all the EC members are given enough resources to perform. Yes, Pragya.
Saina, just an update that we are already done with the 1 hour of our time.
Yes. Fine. Thank you so much. I'll take only 2 more minutes. So club's choice invocation, that means official starting of the pledge to the flag. That's also, these are all the optional things. Patriotic oath. Some of the nations, they urge their Toastmasters clubs to do this patriotic oath. Best of meeting awards. So you can keep it as optional. That is up to the club. Quality club meetings. Preparation, very important. Plan club meetings properly. Club meeting program ideas and tools. Create a member service perspective. It is all about the program or the perspective that you build as a club mentor, right? So make sure that you build a robust mechanism for the club. So the process should be process oriented, not person oriented. Even though the leadership team changes, the process should not change. It should improve, but it should not deteriorate. That is very important. Maintain at least 20 members. Foster a membership building culture, very important. And it happens through member experience. Strive to gain new members. So every time we have to start bringing new blood to the club, very important. Next, benefits of building membership: stronger leadership base, original personalities and ideas, interesting and fun club meetings. Imagine you have 40 members in a club. The club meeting, it will be lively, right? So try to bring as many members as possible to give better member experience. Club membership contests, online membership building resources. Success 101 is one of the manuals given by Toastmasters International. And there are some awards given by Toastmasters International. If you maintain, bringing new members into your club: Smedley Award, Talk Up Toastmasters Award, Beat the Club Clock Award. If you add 5 members in specific durations given by Toastmasters International, you'll get these awards. Your club will be appreciated. Benefits of promotional strategies: attract new members, club operates more efficiently, current members are informed and interested. So member retention, it is all about holding members back through member experience. Again, everything boils down to member experience. Use the DCP and club success plan. Club success plan, your area directors might have already approached you to come up with club success plan. It is nothing but a vision document that you have for your club for the next 1 year or at least 6 months, right? So that is like a tracker for you to track your progress. So that's it. I am done with this session with respect to the club sponsor and mentor. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Pragya.
Can we please applaud for DTM Sainath for that enriching segment?
Thank you, Sainath. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
I
much.
think all thrive for success. These were few of the points that we can keep in mind, and we've learned the rope of how we can become better sponsors and mentors and what are the responsibilities of that. Before we go on to the question and answer segment, I would like our PQD Toastmaster Sandeep and CGD Toastmaster Vikram to please present the certificate to Toastmaster Sainath today.
Congratulations, Sainath. Thank you so much for enlightening our members to become club mentors and sponsors and explaining the main intent of serving the clubs as servant leader. And thanks, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Vikram, for helping us with this very, very important session. Thank you so much, Sainath.
Thank you, Sainath. Thank you,
such trainings from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team Sainath, for a wonderful session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sainath, for this segment.
And I would, Pragya, I would like to present the certificate of appreciation for you as well for being an excellent moderator. Thank you so much, Pragya Jay.
Thank you so much. Okay, so with this, we have completed the very first training of District 126, and it is a pleasure being the moderator for this particular segment that we've had today. Going forward, if any one of you have any questions, you can raise the hands. We will officially first close the session. We will be here and you can stay back because as Toastmaster Sainath said, time is something which is to be valued. So we are valuing time. As we said, the session is till 5. And we will close the session officially, thanking all the dignitaries who were a part of the session today and all our valued members of District 126 who have taken out their precious time to learn and take that step forward for our growth. If any one of you have any queries, any questions on the subject, you can stay after the meeting for 5 more minutes and DTM Sainath will be happy to answer you.
Can we take a group photograph while leaving?
Yes, can we please have a group photograph? And there's a very, very important announcement from the district. That is, we are also having next step of learning, which is judges and chief judges training coming up on 30th of this month, which will be an offline and an online meeting. Offline for all the members who are in Hyderabad so that you get a chance to network, meet each other again and have the same environment we had before. And online for the members who are out of the divisions of Hyderabad, they can attend them hybrid. We have excellent trainer lined up for this training. So I would request all of you to please be a part of it. I am also posting a link of feedback of how you liked this particular session. You can see the chat box now. Please do let us know what we could have improved on or what we can do better for our upcoming events, because we'll have a lot of lineup for these trainings. And the second link is for the registration for the judges training program that we are going to have on 30th July, 3 to 5 p.m. at Deloitte International Center. You will soon be getting the posters and promotions from the district. Keep waiting, keep checking the District 126 page. With this, I officially hand this meeting. Yes, Toastmaster Vikram.
So friends, we'll be soon rolling out nominations for those interested in being a club sponsor and mentor. Look out for those nominations forms and fill up those if you're interested. Thank you.
Just a little bit, I'm not sure if I have mispronounced or something. So it is at Dell International Center, if people got confused, because I think mostly Deloitte has it. But it is at Dell International Center, 3 to 5:30 p.m. on 30th of July. So be ready to be amazing judges and chief judges. It's a learning unmatched, I must say. So please fill your feedback form and please register on the link that I have posted on the group. And now we are open to any questions that you have regarding the club sponsor and club mentor for next 5 minutes. Do we have any questions? You can raise your hand if anybody has any questions about it. I'm sure 𝗀𝘂𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 has done an amazing job in explaining in detail of what all is a part of it. Okay, I suppose we don't have any queries because we don't see any raise of hands. So with this, I adjourn the meeting officially. See you all at the Chief Judges and Judges training. We'll be happy to see you all there. Thank you, 𝗀𝘂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀 and the dignitaries again for today's joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, 𝗀𝘂𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃. Thanks, everyone.